Today, me and my buddy Sergio are gonna make this roast turn into a breakfast delicacy that's been enjoyed for hundreds of years, machaca. So now with our 3-pound roast, it's gonna be exactly like when we make carne seca. We're gonna start off by removing the fat first. Reason why we're gonna want to remove the fat is because it's gonna spoil the meat, especially if you plan on storing it for long periods of time. So this roast doesn't have too much fat on it at all. Just gonna take that top layer completely off, and we're gonna be left with a nice lean roast. And what we're gonna do when we slice it, we're just gonna slice it straight down the middle, as so. And when we go slicing this roast, we're gonna wanna slice it as thin as possible, just so it speeds up that drying process, especially since now it's colder weather. And then for this fat, we're just gonna chop it up into small pieces, small cubes, and we're just gonna feed it to the animals so nothing goes to waste. So now that we have all of our meat sliced up, we're gonna put it right into our bowl, and we're gonna be adding salt and letting it sit for 1 hour. Now this is gonna be a very important step, especially if you live in a colder or humid climate. It's gonna be helping for it to release all of the juices, so that way when we go to hang it, it dries way faster. Our meat's been sitting for 1 hour and it's released all the juices that it can. We're gonna be hanging it right up onto our string line of butcher string. And to start off, what we're gonna be using is we're gonna be using our astillas, or skewers if you have skewers, cheesecloth, and clothes hangers. Now what we're going to do is we're just gonna stab the meat from one side, and then we're gonna bring it over here to our butcher string and hang it up just like that, and repeat the process. Now that we have all of our carne seca nice and hung up, what we're gonna be doing now is adding cheesecloth. Now cheesecloth, what it's gonna do, especially this time of year since we're not in summertime, it's not really gonna be so much for the bugs. It's gonna be more just keeping all of this together so we don't get any falling on the ground. Having your cheesecloth right there, all we're gonna do is take our clothes hangers, and we are just gonna go pinching and making it tight, wrapped around the meat. So it is winter time here in Arizona, so we do have frost in the mornings. So that is gonna be no good for our carne seca, and we're never gonna be able to enjoy our delicious machaca. So a way to combat that problem is just gonna be bringing it in during the evenings and putting it out during the heat of the day in the morning, or even midday if you can. For us, we'll put it out in the morning though. Now, if you live in an area where it's a lot hotter, no humidity at all, you can be putting it out one day and enjoying it the next day. So right now, we're gonna be checking on it once we bring it in later today in the evening, and then at the 2-day cycle. At day 1, our meat was soft with just a little bit of dryness. Day 2, you can feel that it's getting dry, but it still needs 1 more day to achieve that full dryness. Day 3, our meat is ready and fully dried, and you're gonna be able to tell it's dry because it's gonna pull apart very easy. Next step to making our machaca is gonna be taking all of our dried meat and placing it straight onto our grill. Now when it's on the grill, we're wanting to make sure that the charcoals aren't too hot, because then we're gonna burn it and we're not gonna be able to achieve that nice gold finish. Now that our meat has a nice gold texture on both sides, we're gonna be putting it right into our water to rest for 5 minutes. After our meat's been soaking in there for 5 minutes and ready, we're gonna put it in our molcajete and begin to mash. Reason why we leave it in water for those 5 minutes is because it rehydrates it just enough so that it doesn't turn into a powder. The history of machaca can be traced back as far as the Aztec Empire, which in the year 1428, a variety of various meats were used, including deer, wild boar, and fish. That is until 1521, when the first ship set sail from Cuba straight to Veracruz, Mexico, with 6 cows, 1 bull, and forever changed the culture and landscape of North America, giving us the delicious machaca we recognize today. Now after having your meat at this consistency, you can go in and just tear apart any big chunks to your liking. This is going to be a delicious variation of meat that you're going to be able to use in a lot of different things. You can use it in tacos, machaca with eggs, burritos, and basically any kind of dish that you'd like. You can even sprinkle a little bit on your salad if you want to do that as well. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. God bless. Let me know how yours comes out in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.